Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kiana. I make lifestyle YouTube videos all about routines, planning, living your best life, getting your shit together, all those kinds of things. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm gonna be filming all day and I'm gonna be taking you through all of my daily habits. So basically everything I do in my morning routine, everything I do in the middle of the day or like keep up activities, and then everything I do at night. So all of these habits that I do every single day, I'm gonna like walk you through like what I do, and I'm actually gonna show you. I love habits. I've been tracking my habits since I was in 12th grade and I literally love it. The one thing I will never stop doing is tracking my habits because I find habits translate into goals, and so that's why I love them so much. Additionally, I feel like your habits are a big part of who you become. Like when you have an image or a vision of who you want to be, your habits that you do every day are what make you that person. As per usual, that was a bit of a ramble, but we're gonna get right into the habits. So the first thing I do every day is make my bed. I just feel like it's the best way to start your day. I usually listen to a podcast to get me motivated to do it because sometimes it feels like such a naggy like chore, but I just put on like a daily podcast. Like if you have a daily podcast you listen to, I usually just make my bed while listening to that daily podcast because it just motivates me and helps me get a flow for the day.
Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast.
Next thing after making my bed, sometimes I can't even wait long enough to like make my bed and I have to just do this right away. I get my water out of the fridge. I put my like bottle of water in the fridge every night so it's like cold in the morning. And so I get that and I get my vitamins. I woke up so thirsty today. So like I've said, when I get my water, I take my vitamins as well, and they're usually each in like these little containers for the days of the week. This one is actually Sundays and it's Thursday today, but it is what it is. My vitamin schedule is like brutal because during the week, I'm really good Monday to Friday, and then almost every Saturday or Sunday, one of the two I forget, which sucks because I'm supposed to be on a schedule with this, but it is what it is. I try my best. So I'm not going to talk about what vitamins I've been taking because I did talk about that in my spring reset video. So if you want to know what vitamins I take and why, I mean, I'll tell you what I take. I take vitamin B, iron, and vitamin D, but I'm not going to go into why I take them because I did that in my spring reset video, and if you want to know, check that video out. So we've got two options for breakfast. Now I'm confused. Now I'm like, do I even want either of these? Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, hi, so totally changed my mind. I'm gonna have the Revive Superfoods Pina Colada smoothie. One thing I find that's really interesting, these are really like big fruit and veggie smoothies. There's not a lot of protein in them, but you could always add your own protein. And I kind of like it because I don't like when a smoothie is so big and filling. I like a light smoothie. What I will say though is this will be a really small breakfast for me. Like I will eat this and I'll probably eat like right after my workout later today. This is so good. It's like creamy and like, I think you could maybe use a little bit more coconut, but it definitely tastes like a healthy pina colada. I'm so amazed by this. Like this is the second smoothie I've had from the brand that I've loved. After I have breakfast, I usually sit down with like my 5-minute journal. Sometimes I do like a different journal, but I usually do my 5-minute journal. I feel like of all my journals, my 5-minute journal is the one that sets me up best in the morning. And so I'm just gonna quickly talk about it a little bit, but I will say I do have a TikTok on my, obviously on my TikTok account, where I talk all about the 5-minute journal and all the different journals I use. If you want a little bit more information on all the other journals I use, definitely check out my TikTok journal series. The first thing is you talk about what you're grateful for, and I feel like that's really important because that's something I always struggled with doing as a kid. Like my mom always practiced gratitude, but I always felt like cheesy saying things like that. But I realize now that I'm older how important it is to express gratitude, because when you are like grateful for what you have, you feel more optimistic and your world becomes more abundant. It makes you feel like you have more than you do, which makes you feel better and more positive, and it makes you feel more abundant, like you can do things, you can attract things, you can make your dreams come true and like believe in yourself. So I really like that gratitude part. It's like seems so simple, so I'm gonna actually do that right now. And then this part is my favorite. It's what would make today great. And so for that part, it's basically like kind of like your top priorities for the day. See, for me, I don't use it as a to-do list because I have a to-do list on Notion, but I use it like what would make today great, like what would make me feel like I had a great day. I usually will write down like the number one task I want to get done. I also will write down like a self-care thing I really want to do, like watch a movie or bake cookies or go out for a coffee. Like those are the kinds of things I write down. And then sometimes like for the last one, I'll write down like a feeling. I try to write down tangible things that can be done, but sometimes I'll write down like, oh, just feel really good about myself, or feel good about everything I ate, or like kind of like more of an intention I want to keep. But the great thing about like what would make today great is for whatever you write down for that section, you are more likely to follow through with it just because you've written it down, because A, you'll remember it, and B, it'll kind of like nag in the back of your mind. And especially I love that for the self-care items I like to write down, because it like reminds me at the end of my day to go and do them, and it just feels so good. It adds to my day and it really does make it great. Last part of the morning section is the daily affirmation, and I've actually been taking this one step further, which I'll get into. But basically you write down like an affirmation. It could be about yourself, how you want the day to go, or just something that's like reassuring in general. And I love taking that moment because I feel like literally reaffirms a feeling you have or like what you want to feel like. So I feel like that's really important as well. Every time I do an affirmation, I feel better. And so sometimes I will like write something down and I will say it out loud, look myself in the mirror just to like really enforce it. Because when you believe in something, you're telling your mind that not only can it happen, but it will happen. And that you like reassure yourself that you are able to do whatever you are affirming. So that's super important. And how I've been taking it one step further is, I actually didn't know this until I finished my last journal, but there's like a note section in the back of the 5-minute journal. So I've been just taking like a couple days where I've like, here I wrote like a little passage, like a like positive passage. And then over here, I did like some affirmations. I also did some affirmations over here. So I don't think I'm gonna do any affirmation. Well, maybe I'll do a few affirmations today, but let's get into the journal because yeah, this is like one of my favorite parts of my morning because I feel like I'm really mindful, especially when I'm having something like a smoothie. I can like fully enjoy this moment.
My soul, let my heart turn stone. Guess I gotta say it twice, it ain't my fault. Every little thing got a price, that's what I thought. That's what they taught. Yeah, I'ma take my chance till I drop. You know this ain't the time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space to be thinking about growing older. Done my thinking, me and you. Yeah, guess it's over. It was a rainbow, but was sinking. Lost my hue. I might come running back when our hearts get back on track. When the stars line up, that's that. I've been attached, just looking out. We move so fast, was moving south. Through my secret sauce, move in and out. Miss how you gloss that pretty mouth. You know this ain't the time for the two.
Guys, you have no idea how much I am so excited to devour my lunch. So I just want to talk about what I'm having. This is my favorite salad, and basically it's just like a panzanella, but I actually elevated it. We've got lettuce, tomatoes. I actually don't like tomatoes, but I couldn't find strawberries, so I'm just gonna power through and eat them today. I've got bocconcini cheese, green onions, which I added, not usually in it, some croutons, and then I have the amount of croutons you usually make, and instead I added this like leftover crumble thing we have. It's basically like almonds, I think breadcrumbs, and Parmesan cheese, whatever it was amazing, so I threw that in there. And so this is what we've got for our salad. Super excited. And then the dressing is so basic yet so good. So we've got some balsamic glaze, olive oil, and garlic salt. Okay, I think I've talked about the salad before, but the garlic salt in the salad dressing is what takes it from bland and boring to everything. Super good. So I'm waiting for chicken strips to come out of the oven because I guess I could put them on top of the salad, but honestly, that's not the move because I made my famous, best ever, most delicious honey mustard. Once you make this honey mustard, it is so good. So basically it is mayonnaise, mustard, honey, and paprika. It's super simple. I don't know, I really like simple recipes, and so that's great. And then the chicken strips are from Whole Foods. They are organic. You can read literally all of the ingredients, and not like, I mean, you read it, like you know what they all are. Super healthy ingredients, and I'm super excited to like eat all this food. I can't wait to show you my plate. Can't wait to sit down. I think I'm gonna watch some of the Canadian Baking Championship, and then I will get back to work for the day.
Love it when you toss it back, love it when you talk back. Girl, you get me off track, so off-white tracksuit, just so I can floss, yeah. With my new biddy, she ain't let my soft yet. Could've been you, still feeling on my ditty, but you lost that. You had real privileges for this, all snap. Now you getting time out, cause you hit it where my heart's at. Got me going deeper than Amari when that ball snap. Heard you sold your soul.
It has been a minute. It's been a couple hours. I spent the whole afternoon working and doing things. I basically was just ordering a lot of stuff for my trips coming up, and so I've got 2 summer trips, and then I've got 1 like early fall trip in September coming up. And so I basically just ordered a bunch of stuff that I can use on the trip I'm going on at the end of June, and then hopefully I can use some of the stuff for the trip in August as well. But anyways, I want to get into the night routine portion of my daily habits and like what a day in my life is like basically. And so I am now doing my to-do list. This is a lot earlier than I would normally do my to-do list because I tend to do it before I go to bed, but I hate doing it then because I always get so anxious. So I'm doing this right now on Notion. And so I'm just going to show you literally exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so my to-do list is done and I'm just gonna like go over it with you very briefly. So for tomorrow, which is Friday, I'm not really like, I have content day in brackets, but I'm not really doing a content day. I'm just doing a day where my best friend and I, we're gonna go to a bakery we've been dying to go to. And so while I'm there, like I will hopefully get photos of me, and then I will like film the experience for TikTok. So like that is the main thing for the day, or like that's like, I don't know, that's one of the main things for the day. And then I'm gonna start off the day with doing my workout. That's like one of the only things I wanna get done like for my personal life. I wanna do some emails because I'm gonna type this in right now. I want to follow up with a PR agency about getting paid because I haven't been paid yet for a brand deal I did last month, and it's a lot of money. So I'm like, please like pay me so I can pay this Visa bill and deal with all the money things I have going on right now. And then the last thing, I've only got 4 things on the to-do list for tomorrow because tomorrow is gonna be like, it will be a work day, but it will be like a going out of the house work day, like a filming day. And so those days always look different than a day where I'm doing like admin stuff. So the main thing I want to do like admin wise tomorrow is editing my YouTube video because I was supposed to do that today, and all the like clothing, trip planning, ordering stuff took way longer than I anticipated. So yeah, I will admit I'm pretty anxious about that, but it is what it is. I have some TikTok videos I should edit. It's already past 5, and normally I would stop working around 5. So I'm kind of just feeling like a little tired. Like I don't really want to continue working, but at the same time, I know that if I don't edit some TikToks tonight, it'll be tomorrow's problem and that will impede tomorrow's day. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bit of a break, start my night routine, and then I will film some TikToks after I've given myself a break, because that's one thing I found with social media. It's really easy to get burnt out if you push yourself when you're feeling tired. Like, I've been on my laptop all day. I've been filming majority of the day. I've been on my phone for a lot of the day. So I'm gonna take a break for like a few hours, and then hopefully before I sit down for the night, I will edit a TikTok for tonight and maybe 2 for tomorrow. Hopefully. I'm like, oh. It's time for my evening self-care, which is pretty much the same every single night. I like to read in the bath, and so book of choice right now is People We Meet on Vacation. I am almost done it. I have just shy of about 40 pages left, and honestly, I can't put this book down. It is so good. I'm gonna be so sad when it's over. It's one of the best books I've read in a long time. Like, it's so well written. I love how you get to see like the growth of the characters throughout the years, and the growth of their feelings for one another is like insane. So I'm not really a big rom-com you know, enthusiast, but I do really enjoy this book. So yeah, I'm gonna read this in the bath, and I'm gonna take a bubble bath. We're gonna do some nice bath bomb. I'm gonna tie my hair up. I've had a glass of wine. I'm feeling so good. It is time for skincare, but I totally messed up. After my bath, I did my skincare right away like I normally do. Forgot I was gonna film that portion. The last thing I do for the night is journal. I have my 5-minute journal, which I will fill out at the end of the night portion. And then I also have my bullet journal where I do some specific things that I will get into. So for my bullet journal, basically there's only 2 prompts in the evening. So the first one is like highlights of the day, which is actually something I've been doing since 2017 without the 5-minute journal. I started doing this because I wanted to be more optimistic and just feel better about my days. And so I actually write the highlight of my day as well in my bullet journal. I don't really know why I do it twice, but I do because I don't always do my 5-minute journal every day, and I think I want to keep that habit up. And this prompt has actually changed. It used to be like, how could you improve your day? And now it's what did I learn today, which is my fave. I love that. I love like reflecting, so I feel like that's such a good prompt. Before my camera dies, we are quickly gonna go over what I do every night in my bullet journal. So I've been doing this system for a while now, and basically I do the highlight of the day, and I do my habit tracking. So this is super cool because in this monthly spread, I actually have like this postcard in here. And if you flip it, my habit tracker is in here, and I also have my mood tracker as well. So we've got 4 different colors. Blue is for sad, yellow is for okay, orange is for good, and then red is for great. And so these are my habits that I've been tracking along the side here. And so they are 8 hours of sleep, stretching, closed rings, reading, a fruit and vegetable per month. Sorry, fruit and vegetable per meal. Fruit or vegetable per meal, my bad. 1 or less sugary foods, because I always try to watch my sugar. No alcohol consumed. 64 ounces of water at least. And then under $50 spent, or no eating out. The reason why I track the food habits is, I think for me, like, I learned how to eat healthy, and it wasn't like something that came easily to me. And so those are the kind of things I watch, because when I, like, for instance, if I for a whole week ate a lot of sugar, didn't have any fruit and veggies like on any of my plates, didn't drink enough water, drank too much alcohol, ate out all the time, like if I did all of that in 1 week, I would feel really lethargic and not great, to be honest. I always feel better when I eat healthy, and so like I like to track those things, and like it's definitely a balance thing. Like today I had a glass of wine and it was amazing. I felt so good, and I feel so good about that glass of wine. And so that means I won't get that habit today. Like I won't have no alcohol consumed, but I don't care, because there's a difference between like having a habit that is like building towards a goal and having a habit that you just want to watch. So I guess the way to describe it is like there's some habits that I want to keep, and there's some habits that I don't want to do every day, but I just want to observe them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go through the habits as I track them. So for 8 hours of sleep, that is something I do for the day before. So I haven't got 8 hours of sleep in way too long, so that one is not being filled in. I stretched today. Doesn't look like I'm gonna close my rings. I read fruit and veggie per meal, yep. 1 or less sugary foods, yep. Alcohol, nope. Water, yes. Oh, I spent way more than $50 today, and then no eating out, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what today looks like. If you can see, like right here, it's the first one on the second page. Okay, and then my highlights page is so cute. These are like little stickers, and like I've just been writing like my highlights in them. Like I've got 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then 9 will go here today. Sorry, I feel like this journal portion has been so long, but trust me, we're at the end of it. And so for today, number 9, I wrote, had a glass of rosé with mom, because it was just a really fun time. We just talked, and I feel like I was just in such a like giggly mood. I hadn't had wine in a while, but like this wine that we had was our personal favorite, and it was just, it felt so good. We like the Côte de Rose, and it is so good, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So anyways, this takes us to the end of the night, and I'm gonna be going to bed shortly. I've got my water here, and as you'll see, this is not my water bottle. I fill my water bottle up at the end of the night, and then I put it in the fridge, let it sit overnight, so I have a fresh cold bottle of water. Normally I will do my journals in bed, but I wanted to like talk to you guys and walk you guys through it in a way that I could. And normally after that, I will put on a sitcom. I like comfort shows before I go to bed. Right now I'm watching How I Met Your Mother, and I'm obsessed. I love it. It's so good. I didn't like it at first, but now I love it. And so I'm probably not gonna do that tonight because I really wanna finish my book. But yeah, this will be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I had such a fun time. This video is probably gonna be longer than usual, but I'm okay with that because habits have been something I've been so passionate about since I was like literally 17 years old. So it's kind of crazy that I'm having this full circle moment and I'm filming a video about my daily habits. But yeah, I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe so you get more content like this from me, and we can become our best selves together all summer long. And don't forget to follow me on all my other content, or on all my other platforms, Instagram and TikTok. And I'm so excited that you're here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.
Next door at the party while you jaw jacking, you know it's Rashad, and the rarest in the raw fashion. I'm still trying to figure